Let us look at the process of getting the driver's license when you're actually planning to go to the United Kingdom as a nurse aide if you are living in Zimbabwe. Hello and welcome. My name is Kuda. I'm currently in the United Kingdom because I've recently relocated there. And I'm kind of breaking down how my journey took to get here through the nurse aide program. And I'm kind of creating some small clips of videos. So if you miss out some of the videos that I've actually done, in the description below I've added a link that will take you to all the videos that I've actually done in the past so that you can start off from where I actually started. So if you've been following my videos, I have explained in the previous video about how I got connected to the sponsor and to the employer actually, and how I got to learn about the processes and things like that. So one of the things that I wanted to do is to look into the issue of driver's license. Okay, so in my previous video, I've explained that my client was actually calling me over and over again to assist some of the people that they were actually recruiting in Zimbabwe. So I was kind of having a little bit of more information. So now we were supposed to get a driver's license for my wife. And what we then did is that it was really a simple process. What we did is that we decided to say, okay, we are planning to travel, okay? And what we need to do is to find out which city can we travel to get the driver's license, okay? So what we then decided as a family, we decided to say, you know what, do the lessons where we stay, and then when you are doing your final road test or your final exam, let us visit an important relative. Okay, we have got a relative that we have a very strong connection with. Okay, so I just said to myself, you know what, we're gonna wait for the kids to close schools, and then we spend a month long while it's visiting that relative. Then we can actually get focus on making sure that you get the driver's license. So I had my driver's license already, and then on the list of things that were requested, it was written that a driver's license is needed. So what we then did is that we took lessons, and my wife did driving lessons. She did, I think, a little over 30 lessons. I don't remember, a little over 30 lessons, and then we had to go to that place for holiday, and we had to get to do some driving lessons in that city. My wife had to do a couple, and then we booked. Once we booked, and then I'm gonna be honest with you, this was a moment of comfort because my wife, the first time she got in, she bumped into a drum, parallel parking, she failed. Another time again, she failed, and then she got a driver's license after 4 attempts, and it was over a number of days actually. So it was more like, you know, when someone comes out of the driving test and then they failed, you know, their expression on the face, you know, they frown, they try and cry, and you have to comfort them and things like that. So I'm going to answer again one of the important questions that is asked by people over and over again. A lot of people say, is a driver's license important to get when you're actually planning to travel to the United Kingdom as a nurse aide? So I'm going to ask you to help me answer that question, okay? So I wanted to look at a scenario whereby you are an employee. You, the person who's watching this video, you are trying to recruit someone for work, okay? So let's say you want someone to sell keys for you, okay? You are looking for someone to sell keys, okay? So you put out a job post and say that I'm looking for people to sell these keys, okay? And you get 20 applications. And then out of those 20 applications, there is, let's say, 5 people. Let's say 17 people who have got driver's license, who can drive, who are qualified to drive, okay? And these people, they attach on their CV, they say they're drivers, and you are there, you're also attaching your CV. Another person is there, is attaching their CV and say they are not a driver. You are the boss. Among those 20 people, are you going to pick the person with a driver's license or not? You are just employing someone to sell keys, but you don't necessarily need someone with a driver's license, okay? The short answer to that, you are going to come across some employers who doesn't necessarily need someone with a driver's license. But if you look at the people that are actually applying to get to the United Kingdom, the majority of them, they've got driver's license, okay? make sure that you do get a driver's license, because your competition that are applying for that same sport, they do have some driver's license. Okay, number 2, it's quite difficult, okay, or it's quite expensive to do driving lessons when you get to the United Kingdom. So when you get to the United Kingdom, you have got work on your plate, you've got so many things to adjust to, you've got so many things to do, and there you have it, you need to do your driving. Okay, so make sure that you try, in fact, do your driving in Zimbabwe. Please do your driving in Zimbabwe. I really don't want to go any further than that. The other thing that you need to learn is that once you get a driver's license, learn how to drive a manual car a lot. Okay, so I'm going to give you a very good example. Is that I've recently moved to the United Kingdom, and in United Kingdom, I would say there is more of manual cars. Okay, I've seen a lot of automatic cars, yes, but I've seen a lot more manual cars than automatic cars. Okay, and in Zimbabwe, if you go to Zimbabwe, there is more automatic cars and less manual cars. So a lot of people, they do drive automatic cars in Zimbabwe, and then when they get here, there's a chance that you may need to drive an automatic car and manual car. I'm not really saying that when you get here you cannot drive an automatic car. Get me right, you can drive an automatic car, but it's just good to go for the best. I mean, just be good at driving a manual car, so that you know when you get to a situation where you need a manual car, where you need to drive a manual car, you can easily drive it. Okay. So basically, that's what I can say in terms of the driving. And then at some point, I'm gonna explain as well the process. At some point, when you come here with your driver's license, you are going to need to exchange it into a British one. So I've done the process. I'm waiting for my driver's license to come through. When it comes through, I'm just gonna do a short video just like this to update you guys on the new driver's license that I would have actually gotten. So that was the next step that we took, and for some reason we're actually in agreement with my wife when actually doing this process. So when you're doing this, guys, as a couple, trust me, you're gonna have so many experiences when you disagree. Okay, it really happens. I've been there. You just need to be nice to each other and make sure that you go through the process. So if you have any questions for me, please go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. And again, I've left some resources that are important for you to watch in the description, so that you can also watch the previous videos that I've actually done. With that out of the way, thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.